Jay, Stretford, Paddock.
Clock's running.
What are you doing?
Timing how long it takes Alex to go to the shop.
I just zoned out then. We were live and I just went, Jay, Stretford, Paddock, and then realised we don't even do that on this show.
Yeah.
Usually we go.
Yeah. It's top tier intro on this.
I know, I'm sorry, I've let us down by doing an actual intro, so apologies for that. We don't do that on this show. There's two things we don't do on this show, Stephen. What are they?
What?
What are the two things we don't do on this show?
I mean, there's a lot of things we don't do on this show.
The two main things are ethos.
Are we referring to the conversation we had 4 minutes ago with Joe?
No.
Fucking
We
hell.
definitely don't do that on this
Fucking
show.
hell.
Right, all right, let's make that the new first thing we don't do on this show.
Fine.
Other than that.
I don't do that.
No, you don't.
Joe did that.
And, that's his cross to bear. People are asking about James Ducker because he was on a thumbnail earlier and now he's not. Now, I've just spoken to James. He's coming in on Thursday. So
I was going to say he died.
You could say that if you want to start that rumour.
Yeah,
Joe,
that's
on
the
you.
internet's got no sense of humour.
I know, and then it'll be clipped up, and then all of a sudden there'll be a, R.I.P. James Ducker or something, hashtags trending, and then a GoFundMe page by someone who's never met him.
Can't even have a bit of fun.
I know, you can't even make jokes about people who haven't really passed away dying. Do you know what I mean? What's the world come to?
And here's the thing, we could have done a mad reveal next week and gone, ta-da!
Yeah, he's here! I think people would have guessed when he kept writing articles, but you never know.
Good point.
But even he told me, I shouldn't even say this, but I'm going to. He missed the City presser and he's like, oh, and I was like, that's what I said.
You just dropped him right. I was only going to pretend the guy died. You're out here dropping him in the shit with work. If honestly, I was doing the guy a favour because he could have pointed to this video and go, look, I died. Why didn't I do my article at City? I died.
He said he could have got here, but it would have been an hour. We like keeping people waiting, but I said, no, we'll speak on Thursday. So he's going to come in to the studio for a chat on Thursday. So we'll have that interview going out probably after the game on Thursday, which is against whoever.
Sociedad.
Do you know what I realised today?
That you got nowhere?
Fucking hell, you're right. No, because I ignore texts from United. Because it's usually like, oh, we've got a new noodle sponsor. Oh, make sure you get to the game early. Because on the Concourse, we'll be playing City versus Liverpool. And you're like, what? Fuck off. But they sent me a text saying, you Sociedad payment's not gone through. Because, I'm not constantly juggling one tenner to the
way
next.
bank account sell, like, we're checking in the savings.
Exactly. People think we're all loaded on YouTube, but we're not. And so it didn't go through because I didn't have the 29 quid in my account at the time. I missed it, and then they sent me another text saying, you've missed the deadline, you've got to buy a ticket, or you won't be going to Leeds, because we'll cancel your season ticket for that game.
Look in, dickhead.
So I went and bought a ticket for the Sociedad game. I was going to anyway, but I was like, bloody hell, I'm not missing Leeds.
Do you know what? I get loads of people message me and go, Steve, how do I get a ticket for blah, blah, blah? And I don't know is the answer. Yeah. I saw a great lie about myself yesterday.
Go on, this is a good one. I like these. Go on, what's your favourite lie?
My favourite is that I was dead. That is my top one. Not the circumstances in which I found out that was the one that was there.
Right, okay.
Which was my granddad finding it.
Yeah, that's
and
not...
thinking it was real.
Yeah, I don't think that's quite as nice as...
But it was my favourite lie. Now, this lie was some guy's gone, Howson wasn't as much of a fan as he pretends to be, and I did some digging. I got someone to look into his fingers at the ticket office. Didn't even have a ticket, like in the early 2000s. And I'm like, yeah, I know I didn't. And he was like, never saw him at loads of aways while he was in the army. I wonder why, you fucking genius.
Are you telling me, right, when you was in Basra or wherever you were?
Yeah, I used to get a shuttle bus back.
Yeah, you couldn't do Villa away. You couldn't say to your sergeant, I can't...
Actually, Joe Scholes' goal off the bar.
Yeah.
I watched that one in Afghanistan.
Right, you mean they didn't let you fly over
I was not in the whole
from
end.
Afghanistan?
No.
Listen, right, there's two things on that. One, it's obviously nonsense. It's provable nonsense. And
but
secondly...
the main thing on that is I haven't had a season ticket in my name. I've had a season ticket since 1997. Yeah. I've only had a season ticket in my name since about, I think, 2012. Something like that.
I'm similar with you on that. I used to share a season ticket with my uncle and my cousin. Like me and my dad.
My season ticket was a guy's name that I never met.
Yeah.
Like, it was... So... The season ticket waiting list is a myth now, but back in the 90s, honestly, it was decades long, wasn't it? Because there was a limited number at a time, especially when the ground only used to hold.
The capacity was like 44,000.
Yeah.
And like we were still winning things as well. It's like, that's mental.
Yeah, and that's at a time when the season ticket waiting list was a thing. And if someone died, they didn't just give their season ticket back. Someone in the family started going on it, and then they would sell that ticket. And my ticket, because I remember when we first got internet logging on, When I go on the United website now, it tries to log in with that guy's email address instead of my own. If
Really?
I've not signed in.
Yeah, I love that.
It's chasing something or other at Hotmail was his thingy, right? So this is a guy called James Matthews, right?
If you watching James,
I've never
hope
met
you
you.
well.
Never met you.
Right.
But the guy that had, because I used to be in K Lower, right? The guy that had James Matthews, I guess, chinned a ticket off, give it to someone, and I picked it up. That particular ticket in the early 2000s, I had that ticket for about 9 years.
Yeah.
Then I had some, and then he wanted that back.
Yeah.
And you just fucked then, aren't you?
Yeah.
Because like, what are you gonna do? He
No.
just goes to the ticket office and goes, "Yeah, it's me," and fuck off.
Yeah,
basically.
this is my ticket. I'm doing my.
Because that was the thing. It used to have to go to that guy's address and stuff as well.
Yeah.
That was the whole rigmarole with it all. Like, I think I was on an entire row of people that no one was on their own fucking name.
Loads of people did that. That was what you did.
Yeah, and
Like-
that's when the whole thing with the loyalty pot and the aways and all that lot. There's about 5 people in the original loyalty pot that was
Yeah.
real because they did a 100% ID check and everyone was like, "Fuck, that guy's been dead since 1984."
It's true, innit? No one was using the real name, and no one was using like official tickets and stuff. And like I said, I was the same. Like my uncle lived in Wales, and he used to go to, like, one game a season. And I used to have his season ticket. It was in his name. Yeah. But other times you just get a ticket. Do you know what I mean? Like
6 minutes 20.
I think that's decent. That is decent. That's good going. So yeah, but what was the point of this expose?
I don't know. Just funny that I just happened to find this. Hey, thanks. Just this whole Russell Toro 355. Cheers. I see some right wibble written. And the thing is, like, people are like,
do you think,
why
like,
don't you address some of it?
do you think-
Because I'd be fucking, I'd look mental, basically.
Yeah. Do you think there's a sign that this sounds horrible, but like you've sort of made it in a way if someone's bothering with you? Do you know what I mean? Like, it's even if someone's like saying derogatory things, at least they're talking about it. I was worried, like,
I'd rather be ignored, mate.
Yeah,
I just want to be
ignored,
fucking
innit?
left alone.
Yeah, I get it, because I just think like people are making stuff up about you or even care. Like, you must be in their heads, in their lives somehow, because I wouldn't go around worrying about whether someone has a season ticket.
And then just making stuff up as well. Like,
Yeah.
"Hey, this, did you? Off who?" Like,
And also, I don't think it matters. Like, I get it. It's
the
wrong.
guy was like, "Oh, I wasn't even into football as a kid." I mean, okay, but I played rugby, and I never hid from the fact it's on my fucking Twitter bio. I like rugby, but I played it. I never really watched it. Like, I used to play, and then me and my dad would go to United, and that's what I've done since I was fucking 6 years old.
Yeah.
And other people are like, "I never used to see you at United." For starters, I didn't fucking look like this. For one, I was about fucking 6 stone lighter.
You're quite a good-looking lad.
Absolute
years
super
ago,
twin,
weren't you?
Jay, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's life, though, innit? It catches up with all.
And they're like, "Oh," and so you might have seen that occasionally at the occasional away during my time in the army, or before that, what you was walking around Old Trafford looking for children.
Yeah, that's
Have a fucking
it's
word,
this argument. It bores me. I've seen this argument a few times. And listen, some people do loads of ways, some people don't, some people can't go away, some people can. I don't think it makes you any less of a fan if you weren't doing loads of ways. And also, there's people that were at ways that you might not have seen that were there. Yeah. Why would you remember them? Do you know what I mean? Like, most of the time when I used to do ways quite a lot.
The only people I ever remember is those that have got mad haircuts. Like, there's a lot of people with like proper mod haircuts, isn't there, that are bananas, and they're the only ones I've ever remembered.
Half the time, I don't even remember the aways themselves, like the games. Like, I've done games before. I've gone abroad and missed a game. It's been out of my head. Do you know what I mean? I know it's not big or clever. It's just what was done. Tom Boyce in the super chat says, "Here's a £5, Steve. Put it towards." Put it towards Ugg Boots or donate to MK's consortium. Quick FYI, I've got a consortium with 5 mystery zillionaires. Promise. We're not getting into this thing that's going on, right? We're just not. I know there's lots of things you can say, and I can't be bothered with saying them about someone who I personally think isn't well. Lee Pete, welcome to the academy. I can see you twitching.
I got nothing to say.
Good lad. Let's keep it that way. Daniel Kirk has been a member of the academy for 11 months. Says, thought Bruno actually played well yesterday. Also, this is for both of you. What is your favourite United chant? Mine is Stretford and the Rising. Keep it clean, right? For starters.
Yeah, do you know what? I don't like the knick-knack, paddy whack, give a dog a bone. Like,
why don't City all go home?
Yeah, that's what I think.
Do you know what I mean? That's
Like,
what my mate had his son.
My old man never said be a City fan. He took me to Old Trafford like a gent.
I hate that.
Right?
Yeah, I'll give you that one.
And if I ever called him a City next Tuesday, he would punch me in the
my
mouth.
my old man literally went, we'll go to Old Trafford, whether you like it or not, as soon as I could walk.
Yeah.
And I'm glad he did, because, untold riches ensued for the next 30 years. But yeah, it was like, I don't like that. I don't even like that kick in a blue one,
Yeah.
We took the cop and Chelsea too, what like most is kicking a blue. I'm like, really? Do you know what it is, right? I hate City, I do. And I get it, we have to have songs about him, but some of the songs, like 20,000 MCs, I get and all that. But I hate when there's like one City song after another, because it feels like them in the 90s. Where you ever went to, like, not just when they played United.
Pretty fucking valid.
Yeah, every song was about United. Like, they could be playing Wickham, and they just stand there singing United songs, all 12 of them. Even though now
rather than
30,000
Pro City songs, it's anti-United.
Yeah.
It's a mindset.
Yeah, and it was like, I don't know. I know
Stretford and Rising is the... Will Never Die is hands down the greatest thing when it's sung. Like, I don't remember fully, but I think it was sung for that after that semi-final. I was in fucking tatters for obvious reasons, if you know the journey I did. But like the
Call yourself a fan? What?
Never travelled 4 days through about 19 countries with a fucking assault.
Yeah, but Steve, why didn't you do that for all the aways? Do you know what I mean? You did it for the home games.
Camp.
Yeah, why didn't you do it for the aways as well?
Soz.
Pathetic.
I watched the 50th anniversary thingy. My mate, who's a fireman, went on my ticket for that.
Oh, yeah.
Joe, for the 50th anniversary.
Yeah.
I watched that on my own in a room full of Americans.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, God. Even worse.
There's no United fans as well. I was with a Scouser, Chef Wednesday fan, Sunderland fan, Burnley fan, and a Bristol fan, mate. Fucking my mate Gifted, right? He's thick as fuck, mate.
Were you two? Does he say that?
He was
Hey,
like,
what does that mean?
honestly, his nickname was Gifted because he won.
Really? Was it ironic?
I don't believe. I thought the army had entry policies. I mean, they're not high, but I thought they had them.
I thought there was some sort of test,
Yeah.
or some sort of level you've got to reach.
Yeah.
Like, not just an open door policy. Like, sign there, you're in. There's like some sort of test.
Yeah,
But
no.
no. Go on,
so
what's
yeah,
your favourite chant then?
I think it's that We'll Never Die, and I remember singing that after we beat Barcelona, and Wes Brown was a colossus. You have to mention that.
Oh,
my
I'm
God.
so glad you pointed that out.
You are. I think follow. United going to Moscow. Oh my good God.
Yeah.
Spine tingling even thinking about that. And then We'll Never Die. When We'll Never Die is sung in full and not at cocaine speed, it's absolutely belting.
Yeah, that's the thing in it, because sometimes, like you say, I'm glad you say cocaine speed. It is, isn't it? Like, I know it's proper old school, like very old school, like United Calypso. I love.
Great!
It's just a great chant. Do you know what I mean? I love that sort of harking back to Busby and all that. Do you know what I mean? I do love that. There's loads of chants. The trouble is, like, some of these chants, they come and everyone loves them for a bit, don't they? Like the Cavani ones, and then they disappear. But there's one or two that have just been around since I was a kid. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Gigs Will Tear You Apart was a great one, because obviously the Joy Division one. Don't put your face like that.
I'm not.
I saw.
Right.
I saw.
I
saw.
I'm not going to do a Gary Neville here and getting done a contempt score. When you said it, right, I get it, but it's not like a song that's getting sung a lot at the minute, is it? For obvious reasons. That's all I'm saying. I'm not judging the guy or what's going on. I'm just saying that is.
I like that chant.
Yeah, I get it. Like, haven't they took down his banner as well?
Have they?
I think so. Someone was saying this to me the other day. Someone sent me a message, and I'm like, I don't know. I can't. I can never remember where about, but I couldn't see it the other day when someone flagged it up, or his flag, or whatever you call it. So yeah.
Was it tearing apart since 1991? That one.
Yeah, I think that might have been.
That's
covered up.
That's northeast quadrant usually.
So if I'm in the Stretford, I'm looking over there. No, there. Oh, I'm looking in the wrong place then. I'll have a look. Have a look when you're there next. Can you see it from where you stand?
Yeah, I'll be there Sunday.
Right. Let's do our homework and see.
Pretty sure it's there.
Is it? Right.
Pretty sure it's like the
I was looking over
that corner, above the scoreboard or next to the scoreboard.
Right.
In K stand.
Yeah.
On that side, north side.
Are you ever worried that City might do that banner we used to do? I've started thinking about that, you know.
Do you know what's crazy?
Because I know it sounds sad, but I have.
Do you know where that banner is? Because I do.
Where?
Do you remember? No. So, do you remember Adam Patterson?
Oh, how can I forget?
Right.
Good lad, actually, Patterson.
One of our favourite alcoholics.
He is our favourite. I think he's up there with. I think he's my favourite alcoholic. Actually.
Right, he's our favourite alcoholic. It's his dad's banner.
Stop it, really?
100 mile an hour true story.
That's mint, that. I love that. His dad is ace, actually. Yeah, because anyone who doesn't know what me and Ste are on about, there was a banner in the, was it, where does I
in Stretford End.
Was it Stretford End? Right. Banner in the Stretford End throughout the years from about
16, I reckon.
I think it got 16 years. When City hadn't won a trophy for 16 years.
I think it went from. I could be wrong.
It got to 34, didn't it?
Yeah, it went from 16 to 34, and then we flipped it to 43 because they won the FA Cup and was like, yeah, we don't won the league in 43.
Yeah.
And then a couple of years later, they won the league. And now it's in his garage.
Now it's in my mate's garage in Drillston or wherever it is. Because we can't be going, oh, you haven't won a trophy for years. Like, we won one last season, you idiots.
Take it down.
You haven't won one since 2017. Oh, yeah, okay. So I'm worried that because they're so sad, that they must be waiting for the moment.
1,000%. I wouldn't be surprised if they've already got donations done for it.
I think it needs to be 10, doesn't it?
It's got to be 10.
If you're going on, you don't want anything for 8 years, it's like, okay, it's crap for United, but it's not that deep. But if you're going, it's been 10 years, for a club like Manchester United, while City winning things, it is pretty poor, innit? Anyway, ponder on that. First of all, we've got some messages from our sponsors at Manscaped. Now, if you haven't heard already, it's smooth sack summer. That's right, the 3 S's. When you're playing in the summer sun, make sure you're scaped from pubes to bum. I'll tell you what.
Keep going.
That's right. This is the summer to keep your balls cool while still looking hot with Manscaped. Hey, do you like that one? Yeah, I thought that myself. I didn't read it. The leader in below the belt grooming is making sure all is well, and we have a ball this summer by giving our partners everything they need to stay fresh. Dive headfirst into smooth sack summer by going to manscaped.com for 20% off and free shipping. Don't forget that bit as well. With our code Howson. We've all been there, haven't we? Yeah? When we've been out in the sun, it's raging hot. Yeah, not just roasting, it's raging hot. And we've decided, you know what? We need to give ourselves a little bit of a trim. They've got the anti-nick technology. They've got the Crop Reviver toner that makes you smell nice down there as well. Crop Preserver deodorant as well, the ball deodorant, obviously. What else would it be for? They've also got the Weed Whacker ear and nose hair trimmer because people of a certain age, like my age, we do need a bit of that, and trust me, it comes in handy. The old favourite, when I say old, I mean the venerable, established Lawnmower 4.0 technology. None of that 2.0. None of that 3.0, the 4.0 technology, a trusted favourite as well. You've also got Shears 2.0, yeah? With the performance package, your balls will be ready to impress, but make sure you'll cover the rest with the Shears 2.0. So there's a little rhyme to help you remember that, yeah? Don't forget as well, you've got your 4000K LED spotlight. So you're getting that precise shave. Because you don't want to be out in the sun with, you know, your glasses, trying to shave down there, especially when you get that thing where the sun goes through your glasses and sizzles your pabs. You don't want any of that. You've got everything there. You've got the anti-chafing technology. You've got the anti-nick technology. You've got the boxer briefs. You've got the little bag it all comes in. You've got everything for what? For your smooth sack summer. So little things you've got to remember. Lawnmower 4.0, Shears 2.0, smooth sack summer. Yeah, we've got you covered. So 20% off, free shipping, using the code Howson. Your balls and anyone in their vicinity will thank you.
Didn't it?
In it, eh? So exciting. So big thanks to Manscaped. Make sure, obviously, as I've just said, you're checking out the link in the description. We have got some super chats, Stephen. Ant L says, where's good for lunch in the northern, I presume means northern quarter, up this weekend?
I've been liking Corner House.
Yeah? You know your stuff around here, you and Joe and all them lot. You know, I don't know where I'm going. It's all changed. It's used to be loud out.
Do you know what? Like, loads of people go, oh, where's good for a night out in town? I actually don't know.
I
haven't been out since COVID, right?
Royale's still a thing.
Properly in town. Yeah.
Sankies.
Bigger than 21s. Yeah. Right? I haven't really been out in town since COVID, in all honesty.
Really?
So, honestly, I don't know. But if you want to know where to eat, come see your dad. Corner House.
Like a man who doesn't know.
Corner House is belting, right?
Doesn't know where to eat.
You want the wet fries.
Wet fries.
And you want to go with a buffalo wings, and they will blow your bollocks off. Well too hot. But you're just going to muller them.
How many do you have when you have these buffalo wings, you?
More than I need to.
Right, okay, fair enough. Alex Bailey says, need to get Patterson on for the Brew. Alex has been a member of the first team for 22 months. Thanks for your support.
We do need to get Patterson on the Brew.
It'd be funny on it, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know, though. The live element worries me with you two.
With me? What?
He's worse than you, to be fair.
Wow.
Especially if he's had a beer. If he's sober.
Especially if he's had a fucking beer.
If he's had a beer.
What do you mean if he's had a beer?
Yeah, that's what I mean. And he's always had a beer. So, and he says things and you're like, really? I don't know about that one. Excuse me.
You're right.
It went down. Thanks, you just knocked my lung into my ribs. Sorry. Karthik Garish says, been a follower of United from India. Finally going to be attending my first ever match at Old Trafford on the 18th. I'm giddy as fuck. He's been a member of the first team for 6 months. Looking forward to it. Nice one, Karthik. Good stuff.
I love that. I love hearing people's stories about the first time they come down. And that sort of thing, I don't give a fuck where you're from. I think you should all make the pilgrimage as United fans. Come and check it out. And the first time, that must be mint, like, because I've never really followed. Have you ever like followed a team from afar?
No, the furthest one when I was studying in London. When he's come back for the game.
Yeah, so I mean, but you'd obviously been here first, haven't you? I mean, like,
I've never been like a Minnesota Vikings fan or whatever.
Yeah, like, I'm a lifelong like fucking Miami Dolphins fan.
You're into all that, aren't you? American sports and stuff.
I've been a lifelong Green Bay Packers fan for about 14 months, Jay. Yeah.
Really? Some losers who've just got on the bandwagon. They've been not doing the hard miles like Ste, 14 months.
No, not really. I don't really. There's nowhere really that I've followed from afar that I've been like desperate to get to. But I can imagine if I'd have grown up somewhere, hadn't been the lottery of life of being born in the 016 one, and followed United from afar, I hoped I would have found them. You never know, but you hoped you would have found your way home. I can imagine that the yearning to go and watch a live game, and I believe you've got to watch games live, and even if you get to only experience it once, it's different. It is different. Than watching it on TV. And I think you've got to go and experience that. And I think even if you only get to experience it once, I think you've got to go do it. I think it's just, there's something different about it.
No, I agree. And I've got nothing but respect for people that travel from afar to come and watch United, right? We're spoiled. Yeah, me and Steve never, ever, ever denied that. Or, we grew up in the greatest era of United's history. Right, we live down the road from United, where it's either a bus journey or if you feel you could probably walk it if you can be bothered. We're very, very lucky. So when I see fans, especially fans now that are, for the past sort of few years have been watching garbage a lot of the time, and they're getting up at 5 a.m. They're making, getting 2 flights to the ground.
The closest I could say to it is like I've been a UFC fan.
Yeah,
and that's getting up at stupid o'clock in the morning and getting to go to the live UFCs. Wherever they may be. I've been to London and I've been to Manchester with them. I've watched different MMA abroad, but never a UFC abroad. That might be a little bit like it, but I don't think it's the same pull as United.
I hate all that snobbery as well. You sort of alluded to it earlier when people go, you don't have a season ticket 20 years ago. How many games you been to? Bore off. Do you know what I mean? If you're a red, you're a red.
And that's the thing is, getting aways. I only managed to get aways when I was working at a place that had executive boxes and was like... Big Nose, the chairman, didn't go all the aways. Yeah, so he want the big ones for himself, like City and Liverpool and stuff like that. So like the aways I used to get was like, they applied for every one of them, and they'd probably get about 8 out of the 19. So he'd be like, do you want to go Sunderland? Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like, exactly, you're getting given a ticket or you can get a ticket, great. I feel like these references are going to be non-stop for the rest of our lives. I'm Roberto, who's been a member...
Just don't read them. Just look. If you're going to chat shit about that helmet, then you're not going to get
It's not bad.
Yeah, I know.
All right. Okay.
Fuck him.
Yeah, if you're going to make reference to a certain person who's not well, then yeah, we're moving on from that. But thanks for your super chat anyway, and it was actually pretty funny what you said. Siram Bala says, hope you're doing well, lads. Love the content as always. Keep up the amazing work. Enjoying the run of wins and long may it continue. Can definitely see the improvement and ideas. Are you getting excited yet or what? Because you've been quite sort of, I don't know, rational recently. I don't like this about you. You stop being like deluded like me. Just like, I'm going to be like rational and analytical and, do you know what I mean? Not get carried away. What's that about?
There was a bit in the first half last night where I saw some really good composed patterns of real quality.
Yeah.
I think I tweeted something along the lines of like, does that mean that we're going to swat everyone 9-0? No, it doesn't. It doesn't, obviously. But we are starting to see what I think the manager wants us to play like.
Yeah.
He's got 2 real big pieces of the puzzle to come back into the team or to come into the team in Anthony and Casemiro.
Yeah.
Quality, character. And I think those are the things that this team has lacked. I think we've lacked character. I think we've lacked quality. Fucking Dan James. What the fuck was that all about as a signing?
Do you know what annoyed me about that, right? Is he went to Leeds, yeah. Now I remember, right, if you go into Leeds, right, you're dead to me, go on. I don't want to hear about it. I don't care about it. He scored like a goal once, and my timeline was just, we shouldn't have sold him. This is what we're missing. I'm like, what are you on about? He wasn't ever that great. He did all right, and he was good for like that stat that he'd won more games or more derbies at the Etihad than Pep, which was a nice little quirky stat that you could throw into City fans' faces. But it wasn't like you're gonna get to levels you need to be with Dan James, and we got decent money for him for once.
There's weird stats like that in football, isn't there?
Yeah.
Like I think was it Gareth Bale like hadn't won a game for 20-some appearances when he first joined.
There's an article I think where he was linked with a move to Forest for I think about £4 million because his record was like yours.
I think it was like 23 non-wins, so draws and losses, I guess, out of 26.
Yeah, it was.
That's bang on. I'm Rain Man official.
It was
23 out of 26 is what my guess was.
Oh no! Sorry, this has brought up a new one because he's actually been linked with them this season. So I mean,
I think they nearly signed me this season. To be fair to them,
let's have a look. Right, I know this doesn't make great telly. Yeah, he went 24 Premier League matches without appearing on the winning side.
I said 23.
Yeah.
Disappointed
myself.
myself.
Really? Hit the post there, son.
Bastard.
And he was linked with a move to Birmingham City or Nottingham Forest. He kind of turned it around a little bit, didn't he?
Can't pick him. He's jinxed. It's the juju, that.
It is, isn't it? Yeah, because he was linked with United, wasn't he? And apparently, like, Fergie wanted him. And we did that thing like we did with Shearer where the manager of Southampton said, well, don't come in for him yet. Wait till the season's finished. Don't want his head turned. And Fergie's gone, okay, I won't. And then whilst he was being respectful, Spurs have gone in and gone, come join us. He's gone, all right, I'll do that. And then by the time Fergie's come in, he's gone, oh, I've already got Spurs. So it's like, we could have got him, but who knows? There's loads of players we could have got, and it's easy to get carried away. Siriam Bala says, what are your thoughts on how we performed so far? I think these good 1-0 wins are a result of emphasis on being solid. I think we have created chances, but definitely seem a more solid team overall.
Wasn't last season like a record amount of goals conceded?
Yeah.
No further comment.
Do you know what I'm loving? I'm just loving the team spirit. It's just been lacking. I know it's basic, but Diogo Dalot putting someone in the stands and then high-fiving Martinez. I love all that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? We've missed that. You know when you've just seen like Shaw and Maguire looking at each other going,
Maguire doing that thing with his hair.
yeah, or Shaw looking at the linesman or help me out. And instead now you've got our players hugging each other after they just smash someone and we're getting clean sheets. It's just great to see. I've missed all that. Character. I know it's basic, but you know, it's working, innit? Do you know what I mean? So happy to this Anthony thing. In fact, we'll get on to the press conference. Do you think Anthony's going to start on Wednesday? Thursday, Sunday? I got there in the end, didn't I?
Yeah. There's only a couple of days you could have said. Tonight. No, tomorrow. The next one. Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I don't
Is
think
this
he
kid
sits
real,
on the
the real
bench.
deal or what? You scouted him in about 2007 or something stupid when he was 4.
My initial instinct is he's not worth 100 million euros.
Right.
I'm not sure who is.
Exactly.
So my initial instinct on that is don't necessarily know if he's worth the moolah.
Yeah.
But the way I rate Ten Hag, and I've rated the big decisions he's made and how he's handled not just dropping Ronaldo,
Yeah.
but parking his ass on the bench.
Yeah.
He's not just been on the bench. He's on the bench. And he's had him, he's had Maguire. That was a potential nightmare for him to do that. And what's he done? 3 consecutive wins.
Yeah.
Huge, that. Absolutely huge.
Yeah.
So I think the way Ten Hag's conducted himself and handled himself, the things that you hear about discipline that he demands and some of the other stuff, I can't comprehend that Anthony's a bit of a witch. I can only think he follows instructions, he's got a good attitude, and all of those things add up. Otherwise, why has Ten Hag pursued him to the level he's pursued him this summer and allowed the club to spend the money on him?
Yeah.
So I think this is another huge decision, because if Anthony's a flop and he's gone all in on him like this,
Yeah.
it really reflects badly on Ten Hag. So I can't imagine that he's going to be anything other than a raging success. His record in Eredivisie is decent.
It's not that
No,
exciting, is it? If I'm
no.
being honest, from someone who's not watched him like you have.
I mean,
Just from his stats.
Sancho's coming from Dortmund
Yeah.
were just mind-blowingly good.
Yeah.
He's not managed to hit that height, so maybe a little bit less of that expectation and he might surprise us. But I think there's a character there.
And also, you know, you mentioned it earlier as well, like that thing of he fits into the Ten Hag system. He'll do the stuff defensively as well as offensively. Because you look at Ajax's record defensively was ridiculous, wasn't it? They conceded 18 goals or something stupid. Like they just
And what's the correlation there? Oh yeah, that little 5'9" bastard.
Yeah, that's so good to see him shining. Isn't it?
Oh, did you know, Jay? Tallest people in the world.
Yeah,
The Dutch.
really.
Yeah.
I love how so many pundits have made this argument without any evidence or without doing any research. They've just gone, he's too small. Brentford, he got to tell her apart with all them crosses, and it was like, well, that was nothing to do with anything. He waits till he plays against Haaland. He has done, he was man of the match. Well, he won't succeed. Why? He's just not good at anything. I think that was one of them, wasn't it? Souness or someone saying, he's not good at anything.
Souness's silence on 1, Steven Gerrard, and 2, Darwin Núñez.
Yeah.
And 3, the fact that Liverpool are below us in the table.
Yeah.
And his noise on the likes of Martinez.
Yeah.
Stop listening to him.
You can tell that's why he's so biased, because that is the type of player that Souness would like.
Oh, God.
Someone who smashes into everyone, can time a tackle. He's not just dirty, he times his tackle, battles, never gives up.
And actually, when he wants to be dirty,
he's got that in him, and he's a leader. That is your typical Graham Souness type player. If he was at the Scousers now, Graham Souness would be sat there in his Argentina top singing Lisandro Martinez is the one, right? But because he's at United, it's the opposite. He's rubbish at everything. Well, he's not, is he? I don't know why they've bought him. Well, he's might have been man of the match 3 times on the shot, basically. Oh, he's still no good.
This is what gives me hope with Anthony as well. We've seen the impact that Martinez has had in this system, and Ten Hag brought him over with him.
Yeah.
Then, I don't know if I'm a little bit hopeful here, thinking that, Jesus Christ, if Anthony has the same sort of impact Martinez has,
bro,
can you imagine?
Even Malacia.
Yeah.
I know you probably scouted him again years ago, but I'd literally never heard of this kid until we were linked with him. And I was like, what? Who? Oh, the PSV left back. Oh, yeah, I know him well.
We did do a scout report.
I know you did. I've no doubt in my mind you did, right? Probably ages ago as well, well before we were linked with him.
It weren't that long ago.
Right.
It was a couple of months ago.
Okay, then. Well, before we were linked with him. But I didn't know anything about him, and I thought, 14 million euros, it seems like, this is a bit of a gamble, and it's one of those you can afford to make, because if he's rubbish, you've not wasted loads of money.
Yeah.
Now, he's not been, ridiculous good, but he's been very good. And he's been better than Luke Shaw's been for a long time. Do you know what I mean? And he's also doing what you want from a player in that if he does get caught out or if he does get beat, he gets back.
Oh, he tries.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And I've been more and more impressed with him. So even that one, you go, wow, that's a good signing, that. Do you know what I mean? I know it's only Casemiro. I honestly thought, right, that stunk of the Glazers trying to go, well, we're trying to get Casemiro, so don't protest against us.
I thought it was
even though we're going to.
The unveiling that we were going to see is a new contract for Casemiro.
Yeah, it's like, it stinks of like, one of them ones. But Sergio Ramos, whatever. When we were linked with him, because we went from like Rabiot, not getting Rabiot, to, we've not got Rabiot, it's going to go with Casemiro. That doesn't make sense. But we got him. Yeah. And now it's like, we've got Casemiro.
Been chinned off me missus, so I'm taking Kelly Brook out Friday.
I love the fact Steve's peak 90s, man. He's so 90s. It's great. Some boy says, I'm worried about the quantity of matches.
Kelly Brook is a fine wine, Jay.
I've interviewed her once.
She's not the brightest button in the box, is she?
No comment. I'm worried. I loved it halfway through the interview. She went, is this for radio? Yeah. I'm worried with the quantity. There's no cameras. I'm not riding now.
Like that.
I'm worried with the quantity of matches and chopping and changing that back four. Maguire looks like he's sulking. Mengi and Brandon over Shaw. Maguire. What's happening with your boy, Tedden?
He's had an injury. That's why he didn't go on the tour.
Oh, mate.
So
well,
he's not going on loan either, I assume.
Yeah.
When does anyone actually know that? This is what we did X Files earlier. Me and Ronnie, and it was something
XG
I wanted.
Files.
Yeah, that's it. I've done about 9 videos today. Honestly.
I'm glad you've got your energy levels are here. I was worried about you. I was thought he's going to dip it, have like a Jadon Sancho 65th minute, massive drop in energy in a minute, but you kept going. So I'm proud of you.
When does I need 2 things from you guys, right?
Come on, people.
Because as you know, and as you know, I'm trying to sign some ex-Premier League players. One of them's actual words to me, and this is a fella that's won the Premier League as well, and he ain't that old.
This is real, by the way. This is
real. This is 100% real. His words was, "Let me get the transfer window out of the way. See if anyone comes in for me." and then a couple of weeks to see, because the free transfer window is different. So, what I need from you guys, one, when is the loan window close?
Loan window.
Because I think there's some of the United youngsters that could still go on loan.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Charlie, I'm thinking Zidane. I wouldn't be surprised at Garnacho actually as well.
I think he might, just because of
Stick
Europa.
around.
Keep hold of him, because I think that's
I think
part
one
of
of
the
them's
reason
going.
Ghana
Charlie
went.
or Zidane, I think are going.
Okay.
I
Can
lean
live with
towards Charlie going.
Yep. I mean, it's a either or, in it, and it's a compliment to either of them, because you're going to get first team football. He's keeping around the first team here. So
I think some of them are going. So one, I want to know, when is the loan window close? I think it's different outside the.
Homework, people, get on it.
And two, when is the free transfer window, so I can start making some texts?
This is when you messaged me, and I was like, wow. When you went, look, this is happening, or this could be happening, I was like, he's won the Premier League. And you're like,
Yeah.
I know.
This player was playing this season just gone.
He's got more Premier League winning medals than Steven Gerrard.
Correct.
Jake,
and where's he playing? Hopefully, Stretford, Paddock
we need
FC.
that proper documentary. You know, like Danny Rose was like, have Inter been on the phone? Have they come in from like, no. But West Brom have, or whatever it was. And we need that documentary. He goes, has any Paddock have been on the phone now? Oh, go on, man. Go on. It's a team, innit? I know him as well. I said I'd help him out. That would be mint. And the other fella, the lunatic.
Yeah, he's soon. Very soon.
I'm scared.
I'm
I'm scared.
fucking excited.
I think this is. It's great. It's going to make great viewing. But I think they might need to deploy extra ambulances to your training.
He's a man that's
facilities.
had 600 first team appearances. He's not that old. He's
No.
a couple of years retired,
Yeah.
but not that old. Still in tip top shape
And
fully off his fucking nut.
yeah, he's not playing games. This kid.
No, definitely captain material.
You'll see it when Ste announces it.
And then the other one I'm a 1,000,000% going to go for is Juan Mata, right? Because he's just a fucking free transfer. This is the one I want to know the fingers for. Like,
just one matter.
like, is he going to say yes? No. Can I get him
Right.
down to one training session?
Yeah,
I think
you
I
can do though. The thing like Scholes, he played for his local team, didn't he?
Yeah, he played for Cherry Park.
Yeah, like it can happen.
That's Manchester League, same level as us.
Right, so things like that can happen. Like, you know what I mean? Just be careful with little one. Do you know what I mean?
I think he'd be okay at our level,
Right.
Jay. I think he'd be fine.
Don't hurt him. I don't want some bruiser who's like had 8 pints of Stella going through.
There is a recent United Academy player that's promised me he's coming down if he didn't get signed yesterday as well.
Did he get signed?
No, not that I know of. Only to train though, because I mean he should still be playing league football. Played league football last year. He's only early 20s. So
Right. Oh yeah. Right.
I've just been said, stop getting fat, come get fit. And he went, all right, I will.
James Wood says, lads, start talking about centre halves from the 90s. This is the brew. Haha. Yip yap stam. Class work over the summer. Up the fucking Reds.
Someone sent me, shout out to Woody, he sent me the clip of Gary Pallister's thingy on MUTV where I think it's
Package.
Yeah, someone's like, can I just congratulate Gary Pallister on the size of his bulge on MUTV? Everyone just goes, what?
There's been some great moments on MUTV. Hasn't there? I know, like, a lot of it is car crash, but the Jeffrey Boycott one where he's having none of it about Ollie is funny. It is, isn't it?
I'd phoned up MUTV in about 2005, I think it was, and just managed to. Who was we digging out? Basically, just smashed and was like just giving Dennis Irwin loads of props. How fucking good was Dennis Irwin?
Yeah.
Asking David May why I never got enough photos in '99, and then shouted I ate Glazer and hung up.
Good lad. Good work. Do you remember that Red Cafe thing he used to do?
Yeah, that was actually in Red Cafe though,
Yeah.
wasn't it? In the stadium.
My mate went on that, and they asked him what he was going to ask, and he said he was going to ask about, does Fergie need, like, do we need to increase the coaching staff or something, or get? And when he came to him, he said, is it time for Fergie to retire? Like, is it time?
Is this mid-noughties as well?
Yeah.
When there was loads of Spengler and Eriksen propaganda
Yeah,
doing the
he was
rounds.
like, is it time for Fergie? Because my mate, he was, I think he'd had a few as well, and he was trolling. And they were like, I think it was Lou Macari, who was like, no, what are you talking about? No chance of that, and all that. But he said he was going to ask something else, and just did what you did, and just asked something stupid.
And then I phoned back, just give a different name, same phone number by the way.
Really?
Yeah, and
they
then
just had it. Because they were always
Yeah.
short callers, weren't they? Yeah. Right, also, on Stretford Paddock, we have got some merch for sale. Check it out at paddockmerch.com. You can see there we've got Ten High, we've got Bruno, we've got Martinez, we've got loads of different t-shirts, hoodies, cups, all that jazz as well. So go and check out the link in the description because we've got a load of merchandise there as well. So there's something for everyone there, no matter who your favourite player is or whether you want wear Ten Hag on your chest. Go and have a look. Paddockmerch.com. Abhinav Verma, quick question, lads. You'll know the answer to this. And then I'm going to get into the questions you've asked. Was Barca's keeper in the 91 Cup Winners' Cup final Busquets' dad?
Yeah.
I think we've been on the phone. Didn't, what's his name? Chicky Bergie Stan play in that game as well? Yeah. It's weird, isn't it?
Ron Koeman.
Yeah, he scored, didn't he? Aye. Do you know who I love in that game? Les Sealer. He's great, wasn't he, Les?
Paul Ince had a game in that game.
He did, didn't he? Under the radar, Paul Ince.
Because you've heard him speak, he's turned a lot of United fans off, right? But as a player, he was my first favourite player.
Yeah,
Do you like,
see, that's
when
weird.
you, when you start going to the game, he draws the eye. He had the longest thighs in the world and the shortest shorts, and it draws the eye. Yeah. And he was all action. Paul Ince was all action.
Yeah,
as midfielder, he was getting after.
He was underrated because he went to the Scouts and because he chats utter rhubarb when he's on the telly. People think he's just this, parody figure or he was never any good for United. He was man of the match in so many games. And from 91 to 95 until he went, he was phenomenal.
In fact, he went to Inter Milan for so much money. That was so much cash at the time they went for.
And what happened with that as well, where he had him in his house, ready to sign, and Fergie rang him, said, I think I might have made a mistake here. Do you want to just hang fire? And he was like, I've literally got Inter Milan's directors in my kitchen.
Bosses.
Yeah, my bosses. I don't think I can say to them, I'm not signing that piece of paper right now. So because Fergie was in two minds on whether to let him go or just trust Nicky Butt. And, obviously it worked out, but I was gutted when he left. Gutted, because like you, he was my first favourite player.
My dad got me a birthday card signed off him for my 8th birthday, which was all equestrian stuff on the front, which he clearly just gripped on the way past the post office somewhere.
Do you know?
When you could just go to the cliff and be like, "Yeah, fuck off out the way. Yeah, sign that."
I'm going to do a quiz. I'm going to give you an impossible quiz now because you'll never get this because it's just so random. I was in Clinton Cards once getting my mum and dad an anniversary card.
Right, what year?
2012, 13 maybe, around that time. And I got a young lad who was in the queue from United's Academy to sign it for me. Right? I'll give you a clue. I'll give you a big clue.
Okay.
And you might get it from this.
Danny Welbeck.
No. We're not talking that level.
All right.
Right. He played against United in a 5-3 loss. If memory serves. Like, I've got to make sure I've got this right, otherwise I'm going to owe you an apology.
5-3 loss to us?
No, we lost 5-3, and he played against us, if memory serves.
Johnny Evans.
Oh, you've hit the post there, son. No, he did as well. He did play.
Danny Simpson.
You're in the right team. You've got the right, because you know the game, but you've gone a bit too recent, I think.
Danny Drinkwater.
Oh, no. He was there, but there's one more. There's one more. I think you've named almost like it could be, but there's one you've missed out. And it's the most random card signing person ever.
I am.
Yeah. Have you? Is he? Yeah. Baggers has got it. Baggers has got it. You can't have Alex Bagley getting it.
Can I have a nationality?
You can have a nationality. He's Dutch, innit?
Oh, is it?
You know as well. It's going to do you ready, did it?
Oh, the
one
that we got from City.
Well, everyone's commenting. People are commenting. Peter Kelly's got it. Abhinav Verma's got it. A few of you've got it.
I can't remember his fucking name. I know him. Is there one that played for City as well?
No, I don't think so. I'll tell you where. Oh no, he's Belgian. Sorry, I'm giving you a false thing there.
He won the Premier League and the Championship in the same season.
So I'll give you his career: Royal Antwerp, Stoke City, Wrexham on loan.
Mame Diouf.
No, Manchester United, Sheffield United loan, Preston North End loan, Portsmouth loan, Norwich City loan, Leicester, Middlesbrough loan, Villa, Royal Antwerp loan, Melbourne City loan, Royal Antwerp. 2 caps for Belgium. Right?
No idea. Show me. I have no fucking.
Right, don't look at his name. See if you can get it just from his picture.
Oh, De Laet.
Yes, Richie De Laet. Hey, I got him to sign me mum and dad's card, and then I gave it to my mum and dad, like, whose is that signature on it? I went, Richie De Laet. Why?
My father-in-law, for my, I think at the time would have been 9 or 10-year-old son, Got John Aston to sign it.
Really? Yeah. Have you ever spoke to him?
John Aston, yeah.
He's minting it. He's man of the match in '68.
Yeah, and now he runs a pet stall, like a pet food stall.
Wow.
I think he's well happy.
Oh, yeah. I remember going to the '68 dinner once when he was there, and he was saying like, now if you're the man of the match in the Champions League final, you get like untold riches and God knows what sort of. And he said,
"What do you get, an handshake?"
Yeah, he got an handshake. And he said he got nothing. Like he said he rang the club once to ask for something, and he just hung up on him.
Fucking hell. Do you know what, right? I think anyone who's ever won a major trophy for Manchester United, anytime they want to come and watch a match, on their own, you can't bring 40 fucking people with you, they should accommodate you somehow.
Yeah. Do you know what? Because we don't look after our ex-players enough to do it properly.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
Like Bobby Moore was banned from Upton Park at some point.
What? Really?
Google it.
I know, I believe you.
Google it. I want to see what it says, because I actually don't know the reason why.
Right, okay. Don't forget Steve's question as well.
Yeah, when does the loan window end and when's the free transfer window end? Has anyone got Juan Mata's phone number?
Yeah, Harry Redknapp accuses West Ham of betraying club legend Bobby Moore.
The way they go on about him
and was even asked to leave the stadium after turning up with the wrong ticket. That sounds like a proper United
Jobsworth
Glazers type thing. That right? What's your name? Sorry, what? Alex? What? Ferguson? No, that's not. After
the stand? Fuck off.
Sorry.
I was born yesterday.
Yeah, you're gonna have to go and buy a ticket from the ticket office. Do you know what I mean?
His old bloke turned up, says he's named after the stand.
Yeah, don't think so. Just before we forget as well, not forget, but before we wrap up, I do want to mention it. There's another protest this weekend. Protests are going to keep going. There's one, I think, this time it's bringing your banners. We saw it before the Liverpool game. It was a big protest there. They're going to keep happening, and I don't think they're going to stop, and nor should they stop until these owners fuck off, basically. So, yeah, if you go to the Arsenal game, you'll see that protest. Take part, get involved, and more power to everyone that is there. I will be down there as well. I think the meeting at the Trinity statue is just going to be like loads of banners and flags. See, they started clamping down on that, haven't they?
Yeah, they took Alex's off him.
Just when you think, it can't get any more ridiculous, it's like, oh yeah, we're going to start taking flags off people in wheelchairs. This fucking club, man. Daniel Kirk says nothing big, but Dave got a clean sheet record and Rafa looking good. Siran Bala says, what are your thoughts on Eriksen so far? Doesn't get the headlines, but think he's been decent and has been a calming influence in that midfield.
Added a real bit of quality to the centre.
I bet you're loving him, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm shocked at how good he's been.
Yeah, yeah. It was weird because people forget, before he went to Brentford, his club, I know we had that incident, obviously, but his club career...
Jay fucking died on the pitch.
Yeah, I know that.
I don't think we should, or, really... I don't think you can talk about that enough. I don't think you can brush over it.
No, I'm not. My point is, before that...
Baller.
But he'd gone to Spurs, not gone to Spurs, sorry. He'd gone from Spurs to Inter. There was still like a bit of in and out of the team at that point, weren't there? So it's not like he was... this is definitely going to work out when he went to Brentford.
No.
Do you know what I mean? He was someone who people going, even before the fact, like you said, he died on the pitch. Before that, people saying, is he in a bit of decline here? Is he not quite the player he was? Then he has that heart attack on the pitch. And people going, this is it, he's never going to play again. Then he obviously recuperates, gets a pacemaker, goes to Brentford, smashes it.
I don't think people are fully aware of how pacemakers work.
Well, we had your mate Fabrice Muamba on it, didn't we? And he was pretty shocked that Eriksen was still playing because he went for exactly the same thing.
And the reason they left Italy was because the Italian FA, or PFA over there, is one of the two, wouldn't allow you to play with a pacemaker fitted because of the implications of it. Right or wrong, that's their rules. So he obviously came back to England, got a 6-month deal with Brentford, and was unreal.
Yeah.
And then gets a free transfer to United on the back end of it. There's still a massive health risk, I think. I mean, obviously, I'm not a doctor, obviously, but I can't believe he's putting in the performance he's doing at the end. I mean, I think he's also covered the most distance in the last 2 games as well.
Really?
It's fucking bananas.
Yeah. I mean, it is bananas.
He's literally bananas.
Is he the player that we thought Donny van der Beek was going to be?
Oh, don't do this.
I'm sorry. I know you hate this topic.
I just think, just don't do this.
Because Donny van der Beek's still not getting anywhere near this team. And there's still
just needs a manager.
Donny.
He just needs a manager who knows him.
Right, okay, yeah. You've answered that one. James Wood, who's been a member of the first team for 4 months. You boys going to organise a protest. I was sat in traffic earlier and someone rowing the dirt on the back of a lorry. Glazers out. We'll always highlight protests. There's loads of protests going on and more power to them. So yeah, we're not organising them. We're just highlighting them and backing them.
The thing that we did on BT last night, did you watch it there last night? You wouldn't have the sound on, would you?
It was hilarious that.
I went
just
in
heard
as much-
shouting from over there. But Steve's on BT.
I went in as much as I could. I think it still came out all right.
Yeah.
But I was recording for 40 minutes.
Yeah.
There was so much they cut out.
Where did you film that?
At Mac.
Oh, nice. Jeremy Young, who's been a member of the first team 40 months, says, can't wait for us to integrate the new signings into the starting lineup, hoping we can make it all season with the depth we have. Up the boys. Polly 160 says, if they are censoring banners, they are obviously getting nervous. Can't ignore us forever. Glazes out. Down with Baldy McPonytail face. Up the Paddock. We're going to wrap it up there. You haven't got a game this weekend, have you?
No.
I saw on the old Stretford Paddock FC Twitter.
Has anyone told us when the free transfer deadline is?
Right, quickly. Hit it now. When does the free transfer deadline come in? We're waiting. We're waiting for your replies.
Do you know what, on the banners, it's probably some overzealous Jobsworth steward more than anything else, rather than like Joe messages from above, I imagine.
Yeah, it does seem a bit like... Well, didn't John say, like, even when he did it on the forecourt, they were asking him to move on? The forecourt, though, is just like... You think you were in Buckingham Palace, the way they treat you on there.
Right, there's...
Honestly.
I've never challenged it because I don't want to be fucking videoed challenging it.
Something and getting clipped up or whatever.
Yeah, because everything just gets taken out of the wrong context, doesn't it? But the studs, the metal studs that run along that road from one side of the forecourt to the other, they demark what was the original road that ran through there.
Yeah.
Well, formerly Warwick Road, now St Busby Way. That is still a public highway, technically. Even though it's got bollards on it, it's still technically a public highway. So if you're walking along that, it's still a public road. Right. And in between those studs... Now, I'll ask you this. If the club could get rid of the swag sellers 20 feet outside the front of the megastore, don't you think they would?
Yeah.
But they can't because that's public land. So the swag sellers keep their merch and they sell their stuff in between those two dots. Now, technically, you can do anything that you can do on a public highway in between those two dots. But the stewards will tell you that you can't because that's what the stewards are going to do. Now, like I said, I don't want to be seen arguing the toss with a load of fucking Jobsworths.
No.
But technically, that's the crack outside there. You should be able to protest. You should be able to do as much as you could do outside the chippies, you should be able to do in between those two dots. You step either side of those dots, you're on Manchester United land. Like if you did it in the car park, that's United's land.
Okay.
If you do it inside the stadium, that's United's land. And they're within their rights to ask you to abide by whatever their terms and conditions of entry are. But in between those two dots, you should be able to protest. You should be able to do what the fuck you want because that is technically public land.
Yeah. So they can't stop you, really.
They will.
Yeah.
Like I've been filming with the BBC and stuff there, and they've asked you not to.
Yeah.
And even then, you go, "We're on fucking public land."
I interviewed ahead of the derby the chief superintendent, and he asked us to move. And he was in uniform, and I met him there because he was having a meeting with the other police bigwigs ahead of the game, and they were like, "You can't do that here." It's just a radio interview. It's literally me with my phone. I'm like, "He's like the third highest copper in Great Manchester. Can you just move over here and do it here?" I'm like, "What difference does this 2 yards make?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's just the rules."
We was filming something once, and they came and followed me all the way to the bridge near the Must House.
Oh yeah.
And it was like, "You're on club land." I went, "No, I'm fucking not."
Near the Must House. That's miles away. Well,
Yeah.
not miles away. That's at least 50 metres away from
They
club
were like,
land.
"This is the club land." I'm like, "No, it isn't. Like, it just isn't. Why are you lying?"
Seriously. Listen, right, I get it, yeah. I understand. I hate it sometimes when people film people doing the job, like, you know, stopping and going on a train without a ticket. I think that's their job. Do you know what I mean? And no one wants to get sacked, especially in these dark times. So, it is a bit unfair.
That one where it was like, "We're on club land," and was literally standing on the curb next to the bridge.
But that's just silly.
He goes, "I'm going to tell the police." I went, "Cool." And he went and told the policeman. The policeman looked at him, looked at the ground, said something to him, and the guy come walking over. And I went, "Did he tell you to fuck off?"
Yeah. Then you come back over with him. Actually, I've decided you can stay there.
It was
I'm
somewhat along
gonna
those
let
lines.
you stay here. I've sorted it with the coppers for you. Aidan O'Dwyer says, "Up the Paddock," which is a great way to end it. Up the Paddock.
I want the deadlines.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, people have said there isn't one.
Yeah, but when can you register them though? How do you register a free transfer?
Like people saying, someone said 10th of September, and then everyone says you can sign free transfers at any time. There is no deadline. Free agents can be signed at any time. Isn't the free transfers always open? Free transfers. I think there's no deadline.
Twitter us if you go the
I
registration.
tweeted him about that.
Give me the registration.
Yeah, give him the registration. Twitter him. Yeah, you know where to find him.
Got
on
some
Twitter.
fucking signings to make, lads.
Hey, it's all popping off. It's just madness. It's just constant madness with him. It's difficult to keep up. You know where to find him. Go and check out Stretford Paddock FC. Go and check out Stephen Howson TV. Go and check him out on socials as well. You know where to find me. Don't forget as well to subscribe to the channel. There's a link in the chat. Go and check out paddockmerch.com. And a big shout out to our sponsors, Manscaped. That's been Ste. I've been Jay. This has been The Brew. Thanks for watching.